Roy collapsed during Palace training yesterday as the club were lining up Glasner as his replacement. The veteran Eagles manager was taken to hospital alongside club chairman Steve Parish to undergo tests. You know what I mean? That's football for you, and it's garbage. We don't treat people fairly. I swear, you know, there's the secret, it was leaked, it was out. The Frankfurt guy, and you know, Roy's getting on. Okay, you might say, well, he's had a great life in football. He shouldn't have taken the job on, but it's his passion. And this happens to him.
I agree with you. I feel that when you've had the career that Roy Hodgson's had and how much he loves Palace, just don't let it get leaked. If you're Steve Parish and you are going for the ex-Frankfurt manager, just keep it low. Don't let these agents leak it. And tell Roy, you know what, Roy? We're going to end it. You know what? You're not going to be in charge for Monday night's game. I'll bring you someone else in. Let him know first.
Correct.
Hopefully, maybe he did, to be fair, Al, but I'm hoping that...
yeah, but by the way, if they said that to me and I was a manager, I'd say, fine, well, I'm off now. Thank you. I love the club. I hope we stay up. Goodbye.
Yeah, let's just do it on good terms. And
the club have since confirmed that former England manager is stable and doing okay. Thank God
good news,
for
yes.
that. It's the second time this season that Roy suffered a health scare, suffering unexplained episode at the team hotel before Palace faced Villa back in September.
Yes.
By the way, I remember, excuse me, I won't say who, but when Bobby got sacked from Newcastle and left Newcastle, someone who was in charge or part of the team said we should never have done that. Bobby Robson, I'm talking about.
I was having a good debate with someone yesterday, Al, about, you know, Roy Hodgson's age. About is he at his age, should he be having the pressure of being a manager? But then someone said, which was absolutely right, that at that age, if you haven't got something that's keeping you going, do you know what I mean? At that age, you want to be coming into work. That's your passion of being a football manager.
Yeah. Do you
know what I mean? It keeps you going, doesn't it?
It does, Gab. So I'm a lot older than you, and when I have a few days off, I love it. Mm-hmm. But I'm always itching to get back.
Of course, yeah.
Right? Because you miss the buzz, you miss the banter.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's great. But, you know, there'll come a time where you got to say, forget the banter, that's it, you know?
Do you think this will definitely be him now, his last job?
Oh, I hope so. He's 76,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I really feel bad about this because someone of Roy's age, okay, he chose to take on the contract, but he doesn't need this hassle at his age, does he? And what he's done for England, for the club and all that.
It's addictive though, isn't it? That's
I
why he's
know,
gone
but
back.
I think you got to learn from that. Listen, thank God he's going to be okay, I believe. We lost Steve Wright, who was a genius on radio. And now Roy collapsed during Palace training yesterday. The club were lining up Oliver Glasner as his replacement.
Yes.
The veteran Eagle manager was taken to hospital alongside club chairman Steve Parish to undergo tests. Hodgson was scheduled to take part in a pre-match press conference ahead of a big game with Everton and Goodison on Monday. Game. But it was cancelled 37 minutes before it was due to start. The club have since confirmed that the former England manager is stable and doing okay. Thank God for that.
Yes.
John is now for more on this TalkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Crookie, morning.
Morning, Crookie.
Good morning, boys.
Just shows you the power of the desire of football when it's in your blood, Alex. Regardless of money, I would expect Roy's a wealthy man, but that lure of keeping Palace up and having a second stint and doing well, he couldn't say no. And thank God, hopefully, he's going to come through this okay.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, it was a worrying incident, a medical incident during training. As I understand it yesterday, I know the players and Roy's coaching staff were quite shocked by that. As you say, he was taken to hospital alongside the Palace chairman, Steve Parish, but we understand that Roy Hodgson is on the mend. But I totally get what you're saying. I interviewed Roy a couple of weeks ago after they'd been hammered Crystal Palace against Brighton, their arch rivals, of course, in a rivalry that nobody really understands unless you're involved in it. But you could see it was hurting him, that they'd been demolished really on the south coast. The fans had unveiled banners against the owners, and some of them had turned on Roy Hodgson as well. And I thought then, why are you doing this, Roy? You know, you've done all there is in the game. You've won trophies in various different countries. You've managed in the Premier League. You've managed your country at a major tournament. Just retire.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if with hindsight, having done such a good job to keep Palace in the Premier League when he took over from Patrick Vieira last season, if Roy might think, well, maybe that was the time that I should have called it a day. But it's a difficult situation for Palace now because I'm told there is an agreement in place with Oliver Glasner to come in and be their new manager. It's a 2-year contract until the summer of 2026. But how do they announce that now? When the guy that he's going to be replacing,
it's a big game
is
though as well,
in
isn't
hospital.
it? Crookie Monday. It's a big game. I mean,
But going back to Alex's question there, what do you do now? Do you leave Ray Lewington in charge to the end of the season? Say, look, we have no option. Forget the money. Forget the relegation. We have to, Ray. Keep us going. Keep us up, and then make the change.
I don't know, Crookie. Like, football clubs are a big business, aren't they, Crookie? I think I still think they'll make the change. I do.
Yeah, I do. I agree with Gabby. I think it's just the timing of it. They do it before Monday night. Does Paddy McCarthy alongside Ray Lewington take the reins on Monday? There is a whisper. I've not been able to stand this up, but it would make sense that press conference that Roy was due to hold yesterday was so that he could announce he was stepping back from his duties and that his time at Palace had come to an end. And I guess that would be a better way to do it now for Roy to go out on his own terms. But the genie's out the bottle. We all know that this guy,
Alex,
Glasner, has been lined up.
I understand where you're coming from here, but if I was Steve Parish now, if I was in his position, I would tell the fans, guys, we're going to make the change, but what's happened now, there's no way I can change this. We want Roy to get better. Ray will keep us up.
Some of these owners, though, they're ruthless.
I don't care.
They're
I don't care. I would tell the fans, the Palace fans, this man is a Palace ledge, and we are standing by him. End of the season, we'll make the change. Okay, his health is more important than us going either staying in the Premier or relegation. We are staying.
What would you do, Crookie?
With Roy and staying with Ray? I would do that, and I'd tell the fans.
What would you do?
I'm glad I'm not Steve Parish, is all I can say. We spoke about it yesterday, and obviously, this is a very extreme incident, what happened at training. But I don't think Steve Parish has handled the situation very well at all. I think if he was planning to make the change, and we know that, then they should have allowed Roy Hodgson to go out with some dignity, even if it meant Paddy McCarthy taking charge for Monday while they got the deal with Glasner tied up. I think because of what he's done in the game, because of what he's done for Crystal Palace, I don't think this is the way that it should be ending for Roy Hodgson.
Dean is a Palace fan. Morning, Dean.
Good morning, Dean.
Hello.
Hiya, mate.
How are you?
Good, Dean.
Good. Yeah, I just wanted to say I blame Parish for this completely, to be honest. It's very embarrassing for the club. We should never have appointed him in the summer, really. He done a good job end of last season. Should have parted ways then. I went to the Brighton game a couple of weeks ago. That was a shambles as well. He should have gone after that. We had a 9-day break before the Chelsea match, and he's kept him in the job. And now, obviously, you can't sack him now when the bloke's in hospital. I think it's a big shambles.
Yeah, I'm really listen. It's football is it's a big money business. It's ruthless at times, and it'd just be nice. Honestly, I think it'd just be nice for him to suddenly say, "No, we're not changing it, Dean. We're keeping it, and we will stay up." I have faith in Roy's backroom staff. We'll get Paddy in as well to help out. I'd love them to do that and just show a bit of loyalty for a change.
Dean, what do Palace fans want now?
I don't know. It's difficult. I think, to be honest, we want Parish out. That's the main thing. He moved the away fans a few years ago. I wasn't happy about that either. But yeah, I mean, it's just a shambles. He's sacking all these managers. I mean, how do we sack Parish? I don't know how much input the American owners have. Doesn't seem like a lot. Parish is one of the best paid CEOs in the league, and we never finish in the top 10. We're never close to it. There's Brighton and Brentford and Fulham all seem to be ahead of us. We've been in the league for 10 years. We should be ahead of them.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.